I didn't bring my pom-poms tonight, but I plan on, thank God, he says. But I'm gonna give the Lord a cheer without my pom-poms, okay? In 1960, we went to Bible school, and in the back of the campus there was spots for 5 mobile homes for marriage students. Now, obviously, you had to put your name on a list, and when your name came up, you got the spot. Well, we had 2 kids, and they were in Christian school, and Howard he carried 18 hours a semester, and he worked 3 part-time jobs. Now, one of those jobs was cleaning a church and a school, and so just so we could be with him, we joined in and helped with that job. I managed 15 apartments while he did that. I scrubbed filthy toilets and rotten refrigerators and, you know, the whole thing. Well, our name came up after about, well, it was almost 2 years, and so Howard went to a Christian dealership that sold mobile homes and found one, and it needed a lot of work on it, and so the guy promised that he would do that work and sell it to him. So he went back to see how the work was coming because it was about time for us to move, and he said, you know, I think I can sell that mobile home without doing any work to it. Well, Howard was devastated. I mean, he couldn't believe that a Christian would do such. But the Lord never closes one door without opening something bigger and better. So one day when the lady who took our kids to school brought them home, Howard met them at the sidewalk, and he was talking to her, and he said, well, I guess I better get in there. We've got to go find a mobile home. And she said, you're looking for a mobile home? I have one in my backyard I'm trying to sell. Well, we went to look at the mobile home, and it was bigger, better, newer, and cheaper. So it came time to buy the mobile home. Now, Howard, being very analytical, sat down with paper and pencil and figured out that we could make a $40 payment. I know that sounds ridiculous, but this is 1961, I think. And so we get to the bank, and he draws up all the papers, and he comes up with a figure, and I think it was like $60. Well, I looked at Howard, and Howard looked at me, and we communicated that we could trust the Lord for that other $20. So we went home, and about 2 or 3 hours later, we got a phone call. It was the bank. They said, you've got to come back. We've made a terrible mistake. And our hearts sank. We went back to the bank, and he said, I'm so sorry for this mistake, but your payment is $40.01. Now, I felt like I understood Abraham a little better when he offered Isaac. When the Lord knew that he was willing to do it, he didn't ask him to, right? And so the Lord, I could tell you story after story after story how the Lord met our needs. You've heard of starving students. We didn't starve. We never missed a meal. But it was interesting because the 5 families in those mobile homes, we made a lot of memories. one of the guys worked at a grocery store, and so he got all the cans that didn't have labels, and he got broken. Now, I don't think they could do this today, but he got the broken bags, the sugar, the flour, all of this stuff. So he would share. And it was nothing for somebody to stick their head out and say, "What are you having for dinner?" "Not much." "What do you have?" "Not much." "Shall we pool it?" And so we had a lot of surprises with all those cans with no labels. But we made lifelong friends, and the Lord has always been faithful.